Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you've already seen the first video, you know that was like my intro idea of like, what I plan on doing with this channel. Starting off this morning, getting little Bubba, little man together. He has a little rash underneath his neck. So I've been putting aloe on there. And it's actually been working. The doctor actually gave us a prescription, but it got lost in the sauce. So Mama went natural, regardless, until we find it. Yes. So, like I said in the first video, I kind of want to catch you guys up because it's already been 2 months. So I already feel like I'm hella behind because honestly, there's a lot that goes on in 2 months, believe it or not. It goes by so fast, and he's done like so many things already at 2 months. So I said, you know what? Stop procrastinating. You need to start documenting now. Yes. Yes. So we need to start now, Mama. Yes. So on this video, I kind of wanted to recap and catch you guys up on the first 5 months of my pregnancy. Apparently I got pregnant, I believe, sometime in September of last year. And I found out I was pregnant, I think, in October. And yeah, so in October, I found out I was pregnant. So I was at least about maybe a whole month then. Then my second month, and I remember this a little easier because it all happened around my birthday. Yes. Yes, Mama got. Yes. Yes. So, the second month, I remember my birthday is on the 24th, which was on a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So I told my boyfriend, his dad, I said, all I want for my birthday is just some Red Lobster. I was pregnant. I really wasn't feeling the greatest, but I like to eat. So I was like, you know what, babe, just get me, just get me. Yeah, you know this. Yeah, you were there. You know the story. So he goes, he gets me the food. It's like sometime at night. Like, it had to be like 5, 6, 7. And I was fine, and then all of a sudden, I just started feeling really sick, throwing up. I couldn't stop or anything. Now, mind you, this is something that I've dealt with before I was ever pregnant, and they just kept saying, well, it's the marijuana. You should stop smoking. The marijuana is making you sick. So I go in, and it was so bad, I was like, I gotta go to the hospital. I can't stop throwing up. And I was more concerned about the baby, even though it's something I've been through before. But it's different when you're pregnant and you don't want, the baby to be, I was dehydrated. So, maybe he was in my head. And I was only 2 months in. What a lot of people don't know in this video is that I had already had like 2 issues with being pregnant before, and it didn't work out. So I was terribly, terribly like paranoid, scared, everything. Ooh, somebody's pooping. Yeah, I smell it. Yeah, I just changed you. Yes, stinky man. So, anyway, going to the hospital that first day, I think they kept me one day and they took me back the next. So they kept me that Sunday and maybe even that Monday. And I think they sent me back home that Tuesday. And I wasn't home maybe a couple hours. I was still sick. I was still throwing up. Yes, Mama was really, really sick. So then I went back in. I went home. I went back in right away. I think it was that Wednesday, if it wasn't still that same Tuesday night. Yes. You hear? Oh my God. Yeah. You want to be a YouTuber too? Yes. So, the second time I was in there, what really scared me was I was in the emergency room. Went back to the same hospital. Sucky thing was they couldn't really do but give me like things like Zofran and Reglan at first. But you know, once they saw like how bad I was, like it was so bad, I couldn't, like I was throwing up every hour and a half, sometimes every 30 minutes, just really depending. I really couldn't keep anything down. And then like right here in my diaphragm, it was so bad. Like it hurt to breathe almost. Like it was the most miserable, uncomfortable pain. And what really upset me was I felt like they were treating me like, oh, well, she smokes marijuana, so this is probably why she is, you know, this sick or whatever the case may be. Not really being sympathetic to the fact that, well, first of all, you know, everybody has their, you know, feelings on marijuana and stuff like that. And my whole point was not to smoke during my pregnancy. I won't lie. I did, you know, would hit it a couple of times when I was really, really nauseous. But when I was in this hospital and they told me, well, it's the smoking that does it, and I was feeling that miserable, that was enough to make me stop. Like, I literally, after that experience, I was in the hospital for a whole month. Literally admitted, like, on and off for a whole month because of the throwing up and everything, and that I couldn't stop. So finally, around, I'd say November, after that last day, they kept me for like 4 whole days because I did good. Like after the second day, I was actually able to eat a whole meal, but I overdid it because I was excited to eat. Threw all of it back up, felt sick again. They kept me 2 more days. After that last time, I was like, I'm never coming back here again until I have this baby. I don't care what I have to do. So I completely had stopped smoking. And it was helping because to a degree, what really helped was the fact that due to my pregnancy, I couldn't even stand the smell of marijuana anymore. Not, whether it was lit, whether it was just in its flower form, it made me nauseous to my stomach. So that really is what helped me go through the rest of my pregnancy, kind of, you know, without that. Now, I always was still nauseous. I would, you know, like after I would eat, like I would be okay, and then I would feel really heavy, sluggish, nauseous, real, just kind of semi-horrible. And that probably lasted until like the 7th month. And I think for the 7th month, he gave me a little reprieve. I was able to eat again, stuff like that. Then around like, and let me stop, I'm going too far. I said the first 5 months I was going to recap. So I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. But so 3rd month, I'm out of the hospital. At this point, I'm seeing not only my OBGYN, but because of my age, which I'll be 40 this year, and considering the other situations that I've been through, and I'm probably going to do a video on that too, because I'm sure I'm not the only person who experienced loss trying to bring life into this world. Unfortunately, I had experienced it technically 3 times. I lost 3 babies. So for this one, this was a nerve-wracking pregnancy. I wish I could have enjoyed it a little bit more, but literally I was in my own head like the whole time. You know, I was, you know, saying, oh, you know, maybe I was just always expecting to lose him. And that's a horrible thing because I feel like I lost what most women get to enjoy in their pregnancies. You know, I lost it because I was so paranoid that anything could go wrong, because my 2 situations were nothing alike before him. So for me, anything was on the table. And I was really feeling like, well, maybe God wasn't seeing fit for me to necessarily be a mom in truth, but, you know, just a mom to, you know, to others. And that's okay, you know, and I had kind of, you know, put myself in the mind frame that, okay, that's what it is, you know, maybe this is what I'm here for. And obviously he had other plans. Of course, like they say, you know, what you think you know, you don't know. So after I came home, like I just, you know, I was on like a clear diet for the longest. So that's a Jell-O, and I like the Jell-O with like the fruit in it, so that helped. Applesauce, what else? Broccoli and cheese soup. Like really for like a good 2 weeks when I came home, I forced myself to eat nothing but really, 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 really light foods. Drunk tons of water to keep myself hydrated. And when it comes to like the prenatals, because also with my prenatals, they were making me sick. So what I started doing was taking the gummies, that's one, instead of the pills, because it was a better appeal. And then also taking it at night. So I'd sleep through most of, it's okay, man. So I'd sleep through most of my nauseousness. Then about my 4th month is, of course, when I found out what his sex was. Of course, it's a little boy. For most of the really from that time until he came out, he was head down. So that was good. But I did have to, like I said, go see a specialist. So I was seeing my OB at the beginning, like once a month. Same thing with the, oh my goodness, come on. Another word, I don't know why, the pregnancy specialist, seeing them at least once a week. Then around like the 5th month, you know, like I said, everything is still going once. No. My 5th month. Nope, still going once a week. I'm still looking at my calendar. So I was, okay, man. I was still only going like once a week to the doctors, you know, to the, it starts with an H. I don't know why I'm having a hard time dealing with it. I mean, not dealing with it, but trying to figure out the name of the words. But anyway, so like, yeah, the first 5 months were definitely really trying. I was excited when I found I was pregnant, scared though too, because of what I had gone through. Like I said, the first month flew because I didn't even know. 2nd month, spent that basically in the hospital. 3rd month, at home more, still sick, more or less on a liquid diet. It wasn't until probably about that 3rd, 4th week, almost my 4th month, that I started really like eating solid foods, you know, to eat food and actually being able to eat it. I started noticing things that, of course, that I used to like. I really couldn't eat on them as much anymore, like shrimp, even onions, which is my favorite. I couldn't, you know, like even the taste of that sometimes would like put a bad taste in my mouth, which, you know, when it really usually didn't. And then like the 5th month, like I said, things, you know, they got a little better. I wasn't throwing up anymore after that 3rd month. Like I said, I wanted to throw up every day, but it wasn't to the point where I had to, you know, it wasn't that bad. It's just that horrible, nauseous feeling. Some people see his hair and they're like, oh, well, you must have had heartburn. No. All I had was nausea, no heartburn. Maybe, you know, it's because he was head down the whole time. I don't know. But, yeah. No heartburn whatsoever. No swelling feet by this point. I really didn't gain much weight. Since I've had him, I pretty much went back down to my regular size. Yeah, no big problems. The first 5 months were just, I was, you know, more or less sick and still trying to, you know, get used to having a whole new baby, getting ready to have a whole new baby and stuff like that. And then it kind of sucked too, because my folks aren't out here, because I'm in Vegas. And so my folks are, you know, not from out here. So, you know, being kind of by myself was a little hard. You know, it would have been nice to, you know, have my mom and stuff like that around to kind of, you know, enjoy it with me. But I made it, apparently. Apparently he's here. But, yeah, so those were like the first 5 months. I wonder if, you know, like any of you moms or dads, because dads are out here, you know, helping too. So this is not just a mom channel, you know. This is a channel that's open up for everybody who wants to talk, share comments. I am eventually going to start doing lives too, you know, so I really can, you know, interact with my audience and interact with you guys. Oh, yes. What's the matter, man? Hey, you want to be in it too? So, yeah. Yes. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this first video of the first 5 months. My next video, I'm going to touch up on the last 5 months of my pregnancy. Because, yes, I was pregnant for a whole 40 weeks. Okay. And he's getting fussy. So, that means it's time for me to go. If you guys like the video, of course, there we go. If you guys like the video, of course, hit the like button. If you want to follow more, of course, subscribe. I would love that. I'm excited to kind of see how this journey goes. This is my first time being a mom, with a brand new whole baby, fresh out the package. So I'm excited on what we're going to be talking about. And you guys, have a good day.